Hello, my name is Rachel Cole. I currently teach kindergarten at a low-income, at-risk charter school. Reading is a complex cognitive process. There are 5 aspects to the process of reading. It's phonics, phonemic awareness, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Phonics is the connection between sounds and letters. Phonemic awareness is the connection between sounds and words. Vocabulary, in order for the students to learn how to read, they must know what they're reading. What do the words mean? And then it all comes together with comprehension. It ties it all together to make sure students are fully understanding the 4 other components. Students can be the best reader in the world, but if they don't understand what they're reading, the other components are not complete. Some strategies to help with these components are repetition, reading aloud to the students, showing them what it should sound like, what an exclamation point should sound like, and stopping at a period so they get that exposure to what it should sound like to read fluently. Teachers also can check for understanding during the reading, asking questions, pausing, asking questions, and making sure that the students are getting what they are reading. That way the teacher can know, can we move on or do we have to go back and reteach some things? Activating prior knowledge and making connections to the students is a great way to help with vocabulary. That way they can remember, like, oh, I have a dog. I know what a leash is. A leash is for a dog. I have a dog named Sam. So they make a connection, and that can help with comprehension and vocabulary. It is important to assess the students because you're monitoring growth. You're switching up the level of readers. Do they need to go higher? Do they need to go lower? And you're making sure the students' needs are being met. Anecdotal notes are something that's great for the teacher that's always on the go. I know I have Post-it notes on my clipboard with names, and I can just put blah, 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 read higher than his level, blah, 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 needs vocab help. So anecdotal notes are great when you don't have time to sit down and assess the kids. I do those pretty much every day. And then at the end of the day, I write them down in my assessment notebook. Another thing to do is a running record. It's an easy way to assess students' reading progress, find their strengths and weaknesses. So you're assessing to make sure that the students are growing and that what they're being taught is at their level. One thing that I like to look online for is Read, Write, Think. It's an online resource where they provide you with information for students who are struggling and also for writers who are struggling. It gives you educational materials covering different literacy areas, including reading, writing, listening, and speaking. This is great because it also has resources for parents. They can log on and they can see, well, I know my kid is having trouble with this. Let me click on it. It's organized by grade level. It's super easy to navigate. Again, it's Read, Write, Think. Literacy teachers can help with students by knowing what their needs are, taking the time to understand what they need and giving them the tools to be successful. The students are already struggling, which means they probably don't like to read. Help them learn how to love to read. So we want to give them everything they need in order to be successful. They can support teachers by communication. Emails are the best way because it's written down and teachers are always checking their emails. Just tell the teachers, ask them what they need. You don't want to overbear them and tell them what they need to do because sometimes teachers don't like to be told what to do. So you want to build a relationship with the teachers because you don't want them to get standoffish once the literacy coaches or the reading specialists come into the classroom. So again, just to summarize, the 5 components of reading are phonics, the connection between sounds and letters; phonemic awareness, the connection between sounds and words; vocabulary, they need to know what they're reading and what the words mean; fluency, you're working with speed, accuracy, expression, how the students read; and comprehension, which ties it all together. Do they know what they're talking about? Thanks.